Yes.
So I think you'll agree that was a pretty special talk and an absolutely amazing place to visit. I hope you were listening. Not exactly a test, but there's a very wonderful prize which Paul has just brought all the way from Africa and just been printing this absolutely magnificent book on Odzala. Stunning book, very, very beautiful. So I think we would like to ask a question. Yes. And the first person who can answer that question gets that beautiful book.
Yes. So does anyone here remember the scientific name of the species that I studied for my dissertation?
Oh. Wasn't it Manzilla? Ava in it? No. Wasn't it Manzilla? No, they're dissertation.
Close, but not
Close, not quite.
The Sphinx, Ava.
Wait, beginning and end.
Sphinx Ava.
Oh,
You got it. Mandrill Sphinx.
who said that, sorry?
Man in the back.
All right, you win the prize. Whoever said it.
I was going to go to something easier, but he got it. But I'm happy to answer any questions.
The mountain gorillas, are they the same species as the ones you can find in Uganda in the Windy?
The Burundi gorillas are, so mountain gorillas, there are 4 subspecies.
Yeah.
So there's mountain gorillas, there's the eastern lowland gorillas, the western lowland gorillas, and there's the cross river gorillas, which are found in the border between Nigeria and Cameroon. Mountain gorillas, there's about 800 of them, and we consider them subspecies of gorillas. So gorilla, that's the mountain gorillas. Gorilla, Rengi are the ones in Burundi. And those are the lower, and I think mountain gorillas is a misnomer. They should be called eastern highland gorillas. Or we should call my gorillas the rainforest gorillas. Mountain gorillas or rainforest gorillas. But anyway, so they are all part of the same species. Some primatologists would like them to be separated out for conservation purposes because the cross river gorillas, there's only about 200 of them left, and 250. And so if they, without international recognition, then it's much more difficult to protect them. But they're, yeah.
How long do they live, the gorillas?
In captivity, they can live to be 60 years old. Naturally, they don't live that long. It depends on their environment. I think the mountain gorillas, because they're so well protected and, like I said, it's almost a semi-captive population, they probably get close to 60. The western lowlands, I think Jupiter is close to 40 now, to our best estimates. We know that they usually don't become a silverback until they're in their early to mid-20s. And then we know that this guy's been studied for that long, so he's in his 40s. Yes?
What is the Barker pygmy name for gorilla?
You win a book if you want to.
Yes, no, I know this. It is Ibobo.
Bobo.
Ibobo. E-B-O-B-O. Ibobo. Yes.
That's
So
a
I
trick
have
question.
issues with people killing gorillas. Now, a lot of HSIA and our gorilla Marcel subsequently killed. Do that have some issues there?
We don't. The ethnic groups around the park itself they generally have a taboo against eating gorillas because they're so similar. So they're not hunted for food primarily. We have had incidents where there was a buy that had a lot of gorillas, and the people wanted this was way before our time, they wanted tourism to develop there, and they had been made promises, and this was during the EcoFact time, and the promises never happened, so they said, if you don't come, we're going to kill them. And so there was a revenge type retribution, but that hasn't happened in 20 years. The biggest risk to the gorillas that we have is habitat loss and disease. That's right. So we really do insist. My wife is a wildlife veterinarian, and we work together in Sierra Leone in epidemiology, and she's done a lot of work with IUCN developing these guidelines. In certain parts of Gabon and Congo, Ebola happened in the early 2000s, and we lost half the gorillas. So Magda was studying gorillas in another site called Losi, She had 600 individuals uniquely identified. She lost every one of them. And the most astounding part of that is that the trackers and the community members who are working with her refuse to leave. So we can't leave until we know what happened to our brothers and sisters and these gorillas. So, you know, the tourism and the science and the research that we do really touches the communities at a very deep level. They used to, when there was just the park itself, you would drive through the village and you would just feel this hostility towards people. What are you doing in our neck of the woods? And now with the work we've done over the last 15 years, 20 years, it's now one of the friendliest villages. And our guest drive through and the game viewers and all the children that you saw at that Sansa Mobile, the communities, they all run out, they're all, bonjour, bonjour, all waving. And you know, most of them didn't even speak French, which is the national language in Congo. And now they're all becoming fluent in French. They've all been given this leg up in this early childhood development. And we're hoping that someday they'll become employees. And whether it's for the park itself or for us, it's a whole uplift thing that we're trying to do. We've got Songa Lodge in the mix now. Our owner, Sabina, has agreed to, because the public-private partnership in Nubalindoki with WCS also requires investment, she's agreed to do a similar situation in Nubalindoki. So we're in the early phases of negotiating with the government to actually build 2 lodges in that park as well. So to create a sort of synergetic circuit to get the Congo Basin on the map, to try and prevent these rainforests from being converted into logging concessions. The young man that showed me my first gorillas, his name is Lee White. He was the country program director for Wildlife Conservation Society for many years. I moved to Congo, he stayed in Gabon. The Minister of Defense, who came and dragged him out of his house to go see the president, became president himself. He's the current president of Gabon. Lee and Ali Bongo became friends, and when Ali Bongo became president, he named Lee the head of the National Park Agency in Gabon. So it's equivalent of the Kenya Wildlife Service. So Lee White is essentially the West African Richard Leakey. And I've been very close with Lee for years. He's really trying to get tourism going in Gabon. It's not happened yet in any meaningful way, but we're hoping to work together. And one of the really good news is that 6 weeks ago, Lee White was just named Minister of Forests, Minister of Oceans, Minister of Environment, and Minister of Climate Change Planning for Gabon. And if you've heard in the news recently, the Norwegian government just committed $150 million for them not to cut their forests down. And that's all because of this work that Lee White's been doing. So the Congo Basin, northern Congo and Gabon, we're all working together to really protect it. We're going to open it up. We're going to do very rational tourism. Odzala, 13,000 square kilometers. We're the only game in town. When you come, it's just you. It's not going to be a lot of other minivans. The gorillas, there are 4 people max. We don't want to stress them out. So it's a very authentic, it's a very intimate experience. Again, I say don't look at them through your camera lens, at least not for the first 10 minutes. Feel it. It's a great experience.
I think I might just add one little thing here too. If anyone is thinking about going to the Congo, of course, call us. We're always here to try and help you. But do give us some time, because the paperwork that we need to get special visas and letters of assistance and so on, and it can take us up to 3 months to get all that paperwork done. But you don't have to get visas here. We organised it all through the team there. You don't have to worry about leaving your passport or sending your passport to London or anywhere else for it. We do it all for you. But we do need some time to do it.
Don't believe the website. You don't have to have a visa before you come.
No.
Guests coming to Odzala can get a visa on arrival. We facilitate that. And I know for people living in Australia where there's no Congolese embassy, it's not easy. You don't have to worry about it. We make it happen.
When's the best time to travel?
Look, it's good all year round, I like to say. We have a dry season, which is in June and July and August. It's cooler and drier, but there's a sort of low-level gray clouds. The rainy season, it doesn't rain all that much, and it's rare that you get rained out a full day. It's a sort of typical tropical rain where it rains all night, and then it stops in the morning, and then it gets hot, and then it builds up, and then it rains again all night. The heaviest rains are in May, and I like February, March, April, just because I like to have a little bit of rain. October is also a nice time. June, July, and August are busy for us. it's linked to the North American and European summer, so that's when everyone takes their vacations. But my favorite time is really, for me personally, I like February, March. We have what we call a little dry season. It just rains a little bit less. It's not really a dry season, but it's nice. The great thing about the rainy season is when it's daytime, the skies are bright blue and the sun is really ardent and it just burns down, but you get these incredible photographic opportunities. And it's not easy to take pictures in the rainforest. Very low light conditions. If you've got an autofocus, it's going to focus on a little leaf that's right in front of you and not on the gorilla that's 7 meters away. So it's a real nice challenge for photographers, and a lot of people will like to bring their big equipment. But again, if you want to take pictures, you can take pictures, and you'll have lots of opportunity. But when you first see those gorillas, drink it in, see it through your own eyes.
And the good thing is, I guess you've got 2 gorilla permits that are included in your
And
package.
our guides are going to be with you throughout the entire trip, and they are going to listen to what you want to do. And if you're interested in birds, they can take you on trails to see birds. If you're interested in seeing the other primates, they'll focus on that. If you're not interested in getting your feet wet, we'll find dry areas for you to walk in. We will encourage you to go out and walk in the footsteps of these great explorers. They're very knowledgeable. If your gorilla viewing isn't great, and if something happens for some reason, none of our guests have ever come and not seen gorillas, but if it's a miserable 2 days and nothing is very good, we'll just go ahead and take you out on a 3rd day without making a big deal out of it. We really want you guys to enjoy the experience. We want you to do the gorillas first, get it out of your system so that you can actually enjoy the rest of the rainforest. Because it's not just a gorilla experience. Come and see the last jungles of Tarzan. This is what it's all about.
So much more. Any more questions from anyone? No, I think we should take this opportunity to just thank Paul again. He's been an exceptional guest speaker. Please come and join us for a drink and a chat, and certainly you can ask Paul or any of the staff in more questions.
That died.
How are you doing? You're all right. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.